Hi, this is William Dudley, teacher candidate for the School of Teacher Education. My very first assignment for this is to make a presentation providing you the information on this teacher credential handbook. I'm also supposed to provide information on our 7-hour seminar last week. Now, as you can see, the handbook is quite extensive. It actually runs 77 pages. I can't cover it all. I selected certain aspects and highlights to describe for you. So, for a very brief presentation on the SDSU teacher program. I'm in the 3SB program, so it runs 3 semesters unlike 2, the basic timeline. I'm just taking courses this fall, including the fieldwork course. Beginning in spring, I will get a student teaching placement of minimum of 3 to 4 hours, in addition to 4 education courses. And in the following fall, I'll get a more intense placement, and then a seminar, and then the teacher performance assessment. The orientation did say, everybody said these minimum hours are guidelines. Ideally, you should be at your school site for longer than the minimum. The TPA takes 9 pages all by itself of the handbook. It's required for the credential. It's basically your final to get the credential. There are 3 basic, it's broken down into 3 parts or tasks: planning, instruction, assessment. Students submit portfolios of lesson plans and video clips and commentaries on their video clips to Pearsons, outside professionals at Pearsons, who will assess. The orientation stressed to plan ahead and make sure to get all pieces of the puzzle ready to complete this by the end of next fall. The School of Teacher Education uses an inquiry model of pedagogy described on page 18 of the handbook. Step 1 is analyze your lesson plan and learning goals. 2, analyze your lesson plan implementation, how your lesson plan survived contact with reality in class. Analyze your teaching, especially video evidence of your teaching. That includes feedback from others. And then finally, using the feedback and evidence to inform your subsequent lesson plans and start the cycle all over again. Apparently there is heavy use of video. I'll be seeing lots of myself on video over the next 18 months. This is a non-exhaustive list of our team that will be working with me in order to complete the program. The team leaders, CPEC provides for the student placements. University supervisors and the guide teachers, their responsibilities are outlined on those pages of the handbook. Credential analysts, make sure you're checking all your boxes. Finally, our fellow cohorts, it was emphasized repeatedly during the orientation, we should rely on each other, study groups, support groups, whatever, to get us through. Expectations of teacher candidates in the program. These are just basic ones for all SDSU students. It did strike me interesting that C- in a class could place you in jeopardy for washing out of the program. Expectations for teaching. You gradually increase your responsibilities during your session. You should have 3 to 4 weeks of which you are doing 100% of the teaching duties. The orientation did mention several times that we are a guest of this teacher and the school. If, for example, if you disagree with a teacher's methods or approach, don't argue with them in front of class. Just file it in your mind for future use. And finally, there was emphasis on being professional. This is especially in the large group orientation. This is a small list in the credential handbook. The large group orientation had some horror stories about bad uses of social media, so just be careful. We are no longer party-hardy students, we are professionals. And last, I just scrawled down some notes from Words of Wisdom from Professor Ginsberg that basically boiled down to commit yourself to do this. Know why you're doing this, know in your heart and your gut, and that'll help you get through this process. Thank you. very much.